Welcome to Saving the Investor with certified financial planner, investment advisor, and insurance professional Alfie, president of Advantage Retirement Group.
Good morning, Southwest Florida. You're listening to Saving the Investor radio show. I am Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida certified financial planner professional. I am here with Pastor John Antonucci, and we are here to talk about the markets of last week and talk about Christmas, and we got John here talking about Christmas. This is going to be a good show, so stay tuned.
Yeah, great to be in studio. It's the most wonderful time of the year, and we've got an exciting show lined up for you today as we look ahead to 2025. It's clear that the economic landscape is full of opportunities for growth and financial success. Whether you're planning for retirement, building wealth, or navigating the current market trends, now is the time to take a proactive steps towards a stronger financial future. Remember, you do have options, and the decisions you make today can have a lasting impact on your financial goals. And if you're wondering how to position yourself to take advantage of what's ahead, Alfie is here to help you. He is a certified financial planner professional with over 40 years experience as a CFP, Southwest Florida's premier financial planner. And he's put together a toolkit for those of you that have put your financial decisions on hold. Maybe economic uncertainties have you worried. Grab a hold of Alfie's free toolkit that will help transform your worries of retirement into confidence. Inside that toolkit, he's going to give you a white paper that's going to tell you, will your money last as long as you do and how you can do that? Are you paying too much in taxes in retirement? The Social Security Decisions Guide. And to get this toolkit, all you have to do is call the operator or text the word KIT, K-I-T, to 239-747-1077. Don't wait till the end of the broadcast. Pick up your smart device right now. Call the operator or text the word KIT to 239-747-1077. And Alfie, expected this week, Fed cut the rate by a quarter basis point. I didn't think it would be more than that. You've been saying quarter point, and markets were a little bit rattled on that.
Yeah, the quarter percent, it was 95% certainty that it was going to happen. So that wasn't the bad news. The bad news was that it was very hawkish the way he was speaking for 2025. He was talking about inflation maybe ticking up again, because if you have a good economy, and Trump is going to create people working, he's going to be, he wants everything to be pro-business. So, the markets are going to react to that good. So the markets are going to do just fine. And then a market, NASDAQ went down over 3%. So we had, that was Wednesday. So we had a real bad day in the market, really one we haven't seen like that in a while. But, I'm thinking it's more of a temporary, because he's only talking about Jerome Powell 2 rate cuts for 2025 now. So, like my friend Kevin, he was saying, why would he even have to say anything? Is he paid off or something?
Probably.
But it's like, he could have just said, listen, next year we will see what it brings. We are a little bit concerned of inflation, but we'll wait and see. We'll play that out. But pretty much say there'll be just 2 rate cuts next year, and then we're looking where inflations are going to be bad and very hawkish. So the markets looked at that and said, well, they priced in already probably more than 2. That's why the markets went down the way they did, because they already priced it in, and now they're taking it back what was priced in. So the markets, I don't think are going to have a whipsaw, for the rest of the year. We have a new year coming, new president, we have a new administration, a lot of positive things happening. So I think this was just one of those, knee-jerk reactions. Now, NASDAQ is still up 30% for the year, S&P up 24%, the Dow 13%. So, the market has been good.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at, like you said, the yearly average, people should be happy because what is it as a financial advisor? You want to get people, 7-8% a year. Here you go. These statistics are pretty high, and we're at basically a week to go in the year.
Yeah. And again, next year, with a good economy, that means people are buying goods and services. And that's what inflation is, people spending a lot of money. Now, we're going to see about these if this bill's going to get passed, what's going to happen there. Yeah, I'm glad they're making it aware they can't jam a bill down our throat at the very last minute.
Yeah, I was a little shocked at Mike Johnson on that because basically there was.
Well, he might be losing his job.
Could be. I mean, he's only got one vote to play with.
Yeah. So if he's he's been hanging out with the president, but this was not something I don't think President Trump was looking to have to defend like that. And especially, like President Trump said, coming into this new year with this new administration, but what he's left with is the worst president ever. That is really making it hard on him. We were just talking about selling the wall that was already made for pennies on the dollar, 5 cents, and we're going to be needing that.
Sitting there for 8 years, and now you're going to sell in the last minute.
Yeah. So this is just how can we screw Trump and the really American people one more time?
Yeah.
So this is a little disheartening, but it is what it is. I think once Trump is back, you're going to start to see regulations. You're going to start to see oil prices go down. You're going to start to see a lot of good things, and the markets, I think, are going to be loving that. I really do. They're going to be loving that. Again, inflation is what we have to keep our eye on. Jobless claims, they fell to 220,000. So that's it's a decent number, not a great number. It's still, in line of that 4.3 for jobless claims. It peaked at 4.3 in 2025. So that was, I think what they want to do is get inflation, get jobless claims down to, that 2%, 2.5%. That would be a good number. Inflation. Their target number was 2, so they're a little bit off of that, but we'll see. But a lot of good things are happening. We have the season of Christmas, and this is your busy season, right, Jeff?
Yeah. Oh yeah, great time of year. As I always tell people come to church when they're hatched, matched, dispatched, and Christmas and Easter. So it's always a good time.
Yeah, so Christmas, you're going to have some, you have anything special at your church happening?
Yeah, we got a special program planned for Christmas Eve, and
awesome.
Got some songs and music, and should be a nice night.
Yeah, there you go. And it's, do you like it when it's in the middle of the week, or?
Yeah, I mean, it's nice when it falls on a Sunday morning, or, which is nice.
Got an extra day of work.
Just you got to preach Sunday, and then you're back at it on Tuesday night. So
right,
but
for a good reason, though.
Yeah, it's a great time to celebrate. Just a great year. And the investors have to be happy with this year. And looking back, if you were in the markets or diversified correctly, like you talk about, they made money, didn't they?
They made money, and we talked about November 5th. I'm signing the card. Christmas came early, November 5th this year, and to have Trump in office and I think it's going to be a huge benefit for many Americans. I think it's going to go across the board, how it was last time, how people's incomes are going to go up, and how I think the markets are going to react positively, and then you have anytime you cut regulations, that's a good thing.
Yeah, things can begin to soar and go in the right direction, and basically, you want to deal with a certified financial planner professional, Alfie Townsend. If you haven't had a review, this is the best time. Alfie can handle 9 people this week. Then you have the Christmas holiday coming up. So you really want to position yourself to have a review and come in the office in Fort Myers or Naples. He does what's called a retirement simulator process that will take a deep dive into your current portfolio to see what's really going on. He's going to expose all the hidden fees inside your portfolio that could be eating up your returns. He's going to make sure you're allocated properly, that you're diversified correctly, that you're not taking undue risk for the amount of return that you're getting each and every year. And he's going to take you back 5 years and put his portfolio next to yours, and you'll see exactly how your portfolio would have performed and how his would have performed, and then you can make a logical decision. You really need to get positioned by taking advantage of his retirement simulator process. Listen, we're towards the end of the year. This is the best time to do it. Don't hesitate. Don't procrastinate. Don't even wait to the end of the broadcast. Pick up your smart device and either call the operator and tell them I want to take advantage of Alfie's retirement simulator process, or text the word VISIT, VISIT, to 239 747-1077. Again, you want to position yourself and make sure that you have a yearly review. This is the best time to do it. Even if you've been with another advisor for many, many years, why not get a second pair of eyes, but not just any? Southwest Florida's premier financial planner professional, Alfie Townsend, with over 40 years experience as a CFP and a fiduciary, so his responsibilities to you. Stay tuned. We're going to be right back right after this break, so don't go away. Welcome back to Saving the Investor with certified financial planner professional Alfie Townsend. You know, Alfie has been doing this for 40 years, if you can imagine that. So he is really an expert in his field. But he's not just any expert. He is a certified financial planner professional. And he has written a book that you're going to want to read and get into your library. And that is always in high demand. And he's offering it once again this week. To get a complimentary copy, if you have not picked up his book, it awaits you right now. All you have to do is call the operator and ask for it, or you can text the word book, B-O-O-K, to 239-747-1077. You know, Alfie's book is your personal guide to a fulfilling retirement. You don't want to miss out on the valuable insights, including many, many stories about investors that he has helped save over his 40-year career. That's why he named this broadcast Saving the Investor Radio Show. He wants to save you from the pitfalls, the schemes, the traps of Wall Street so that you can thrive on Main Street. All you have to do is call the operator or text the word book, B-O-O-K, to 239-747-1077. That's 239-747-1077. We're talking about what's happening this week and with the 0.5%, or quarter basis point cut.
Yeah.
You know, how is that going to affect the mortgage rates looking into 25?
Yeah, it's going to bring them down a little bit. You know, it will be nice to have rates in that 5% range. I think it's going to have to come down a couple more, 0.25% to get it down there. But you know, the good thing that low interest rates really bring is going to be home buying. People, you know, because right now that's a little bit slow. People that are paying cash for homes, they don't care for that. You're going to see a lot of refinance if you know, the ones that bought a home over the last year or so as interest rates went up, but they bought that loan. Right now, what I would do if you're looking at a home is get that adjustable rate. That's the rate that you're really wanting to look at right now, is adjustable rate, because adjustable rate's going to help you. You know, as rates start to come down, they'll automatically come down. Now, I'm always like a fixed rate. I want to know what my payments are going to be, and I don't want it to go up. You don't want a fixed rate you want a fixed rate when the rates are real low, like they were in that 2% and 3%. Are we going to see that again? You know, we really don't want to see that again. That means the economy is really bad and they're having lower rates. And so you would rather, you know, that sweet spot would be about that 5%, 4.5%, 5% would be just not a bad rate at all. Just remember back in, you know, a lot of our listeners might not remember this, but in the 70s, and, you know, you were looking at rates of, you know, 18%. Some people were paying on
13% at 86, I think.
Yeah, people were paying on mortgages. So if you could imagine that, and you look at credit card rates, these are unbelievable. And we talk about credit card bills, and you don't want to be a slave to debt. You want to try to get that debt paid off. So, but a mortgage rate right now is, as the most likely rates will be declining more than increasing. So with that, you know, adjustable rate is not that bad because it automatically will adjust to rates going down. So, but if you do get a good rate at that 5% down the road, you know, that's not a bad rate to lock it in. You know, if you go back to history, it's not a bad rate. As long as you can make more than that, then that's a good thing. That means there's a arbitrage on that. That means the money that you're making is more than the money that you got that loan for. So if you can make more than 5%, that's a bonus. That's called a premium in your pocket. So that's a good thing. Now, Trump, you know, he is pro-business. We know that he is pro-business, and he's going to really aim to foster, you know, economic growth. He wants growth, and that's what he's going to out. Now, how's he going to get that growth? You're going to have tax incentives from companies. If you can bring your company over to the United States, he might have that. Remember when he lowered the corporate tax cut? It was I think it was at 28 when he first came in.
Going down now, even more, right?
Yeah, he wants to bring it down. So, you know, any type of businesses that are coming over, and that bring it over here in the United States. He's going to give you a really just a bonus for doing that. And anytime you have reduced regulations on key sectors, energy and finance, that's a great thing. So when you have energy coming down, that doesn't just protect. That's just not about gas. When you have petroleum across the board, what petroleum makes, everything, and that I think that was one of the key reasons we had such high inflation in the Biden years, is because energy prices were going up and up and up, and it was costing everything across the board to go up. So with that being said, if we can get energy prices down, that's probably one of the first things he's going to start, putting his pen to is open up those pipelines, and it's going to be, I think it's going to be a wonderful thing on that. So expanding oil and gas production, rolling back environmental regulations, really, and promoting energy independence. And that's what the United States needs. We don't need to be dependent on foreign oil. I mean, we have more oil than anybody.
Right.
We're sitting on it. So we need to be selling our oil to the world, not buying it from them. So if we, by reducing energy costs, that's going to be a big plus. And it creates jobs. The jobs that are going to be created in the energy sector is going to be huge. And I like the SoftBank, from Japan that came over. That was awesome. He comes over, talk at the podium about President Trump. He really sees the like a leader that's going to. So they want to invest $100 billion, and then Trump, being Trump, he said, how about in front of all those people, how about $200 billion? And if you never read his book, The Art of the Deal, you might want to read it. That was probably written in 88, I think, 89.
Yeah, I read it many years ago.
And I did too. And that's just a phenomenal book. But that's negotiating. And he said, well, how about 200 billion? And he made the guy, oh, you're a good negotiator. You're good. You're good. And then he said,
plants that seed,
Plants that seed. And then he goes, yeah, we'll see what we can do with that. But you know what? He might come back at 150 billion and say, we're in probably this 100 billion is going to create 100,000 jobs. Let's do 150 billion. I could see that happening. And that's the leadership that you're seeing from President Trump right now, and the world is seeing, is going to just ignite the stock market.
Yeah, it's like he's leading already. Biden's nowhere to be found. It's like he's in office.
Yeah.
It's great.
And everybody is seeing, really, the president is acting like president right now. Trump is technically the president without being, and he was already president, so he knows what's happening. But the good thing about it is he doesn't have all this negative, that was around him last time, and people that was sabotaging his presidency. You're not seeing that this year or this time. So I think it's going to be, I always said, if Trump had, people that didn't have the, agenda to get him out his first term, that could have been the best term ever, because things were rocking and rolling. So we'll see what this is. It's exciting time. So if you're not in the market, it might be a good time to have a review, and let's see if we can put you in a position that will really take advantage of what we feel is going to be a great golden years of the United States. So come in. We have what we call the retirement simulator. We'll analyze your accounts. We'll show you what we would do. We'll show you our managers that we use. We'll show you our strategies that we use. And this could be a time to really, pump up your accounts to the point that, you can see retirement in your future. And if you're already retired, we have some great things that create income for you. So give us a call, and John will tell you how you can get a hold of us.
Yeah, that's a great thing to sit down with Alfie before the end of the year. He has the retirement simulator process, and it'll be a deep dive into your current portfolio to see what's really going on. Alfie is a certified financial planner professional with over 40 years experience and he will tailor make a program that's custom made for your specific dreams and goals and visions for your retirement plan. All you have to do is give Alfie a call or text the word VISIT, VISIT, to 239-747-1077, and let him take your portfolio back 5 years and put his portfolio side by side with yours. He's also going to make sure that you're allocated properly, that you're diversified correctly, that you're not taking undue risk for the amount of return that you're getting each and every year. He's also going to expose all the hidden fees that you don't see, in your portfolio that could be eating up some of your returns each and every year. And he's going to tailor-make a custom-made plan, again, for you that will get you to and through retirement. His goal is to keep you retired, to make sure that you never go back to work once you retire. And you want to deal with Southwest Florida's premier financial planner professional with over 40 years' experience as a CFP. You also can visit him online at savingtheinvestor.com. Again, if you go to his website, savingtheinvestor.com, you'll find a wealth of information about Alfie, his company, and all the services that he offers here through the Advantage Retirement Group. Be one of the first 9 callers right now. That's all he can handle this week. Pick up the phone, text, call the operator, 239-747-1077, or text the word VISIT, VISIT, to that number, 239-747-1077. Stay tuned. We're going to be right back right after this break, so don't go away.
Welcome back to Saving the Investor. I am Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida Certified Financial Planner Professional, here with Pastor John Antonucci, and we're going to continue to talk about opportunities that we see coming in 2025. It's Christmas week. We have Christmas right around the corner. I mean, days away. We talked about it during the middle of the week. John likes it on Sunday, but it's not always on Sunday, John.
Yeah, I know.
It's not always. It's not like Easter.
7 years, I think. 6 or 7.
Yeah, not like Easter.
Yeah.
But this is a great time. People are in the spirit. I said November 5th was Christmas came early with President Trump, and I just feel like a lot of pressure was just released from people's shoulders on. I can't tell you, John, how many people would come into our office and talk about the direction the past few years of our country and where it was going. They can't believe that the stuff they were talking about was even stuff that people talked about, that they were, planning on doing, guys and girls sports and just, in girls' bathrooms and everything. It just, nothing made sense.
Right.
And then they try to make it make sense, and some of them were buying it. The media was buying it, but I think sanity we were all going crazy.
Yeah.
And clients were going crazy, and now things just seem to get back to normal. You got some good things happening. I think the markets are going to really enjoy this run we're going to have. So this is a time to really look at what you have, and let us look at your plan. I've been talking about this. This is a plan definitely looks different than what we were doing last year, the last 3 or 4 years. Because what we were doing last 3 or 4 years was really doing more of protecting and preserving. Where here we're going to always have protection mechanisms in our portfolios, but I think we have an opportunity to really grow this money and show you what we would do and with protection. So if you haven't really had a good conversation, and we've talked about this many times here on Saving the Investor, is like you might have outgrown your portfolio or your portfolio and your advisor. You might have outgrown that. And you don't really know if you have until you really come in and meet with us and let us look at everything that you have, and let us show you some tax strategies that we're doing. Let us show you the attorneys that we, really have a partnership with, in the sense of, what they know what we're doing with our clients, and we know what they're doing for our clients. So this is, we're talking about tax strategies that, we really never really talked about. So these are things that we can take advantage of with your IRAs, with your accounts, to pass them on or to take income from. So this is a great time to really have your portfolio and your whole financial plan looked at, so we can, put you in a position to take advantage of what's happening.
Yeah, it's very important, and that's why Alfie's available to sit down with you in Fort Myers or Naples. Give him a call, 239-747-1077. You also can text the word VISIT to that number, 239-747-1077. Don't hesitate. Don't procrastinate. You can only handle the first 9 callers, so pick up your smart device right now and either text or call so that you can sit down with him and position yourself for 2025. Speaking of positioning themselves for 2025, we now know that the tax cuts have the opportunity, right, to be extended. I mean, it's not a guarantee. It's got to pass the House and the Senate for him to be able to sign it. But assuming those things do come together, and first of the year, you might have a big fight on who's going to be Speaker in the House. That may remember that back with last time we had it. But assuming they're going to be cut even further, how should people position themselves going into 25 with that in mind?
Yeah, well, if who would think? I mean, no one was thinking it was going to be cut. They were thinking it was
expiration.
They were going to expire, and then it was going to go back to what it was. So, with all that being said, there is, opportunities right now to do some tax planning like we haven't seen in a long time. With Roth conversions, with life insurance, there's some great tax advantage of life insurance that can really pass on money tax-free and give you tax-free income as needed. So there are strategies that we are going to be using. There's strategies with with the attorneys that we're dealing with, the estate attorneys. They will put trusts together that can really take your IRA and spread it out for many more years than just the 10 years for your beneficiary. So you're talking about like 20 years or even more. So there are things out there that you can do, but if you're not talking about it, you're not, with your advisor, that means they don't know about it, or that means that, you might have to do it your own self, which is pick up the phone, give us a call and say, Alfie, just look at this and put a tax plan together for me that includes my IRAs, that includes my stocks that I hold, that includes my pension, how it's going to, if I pass, my spouse doesn't get it, how can we replace that income? There's a lot of different strategies out there. When it comes to financial planning, I always say, why not deal with a certified financial planner professional, CFP professional, versus just just an advisor that really is just looking at one element of your plan, where what we have to look at is the whole thing. We have to look at your taxes. We have to look at your really legacy, if that's important for you. We have to look at your income, your strategies, your where we're gonna take that income from.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
And when you talk about taxes, I mean, you put together a tax map, and it's really a plan for those that are listening to us to be able to look at. What are some things inside that tax map, and why would it be beneficial, to our listeners to be able to get a hold of that?
Yeah, so the tax map, what it's going to do is if you're even thinking about getting some tax-free money down the road, maybe some Roth conversions, it's going to show you how is this going to affect your income? How's it going to affect your Social Security? How's it going to affect your your Part B, your Part D? So what this will do is we put the numbers in, we take your old tax returns from last year, we put them in there, and it pretty much tells us with your income and everything, how much we can convert that year. So, and, without affecting your Social Security too much, because it's not just the taxes that you pay. It affects part of your Social Security payments. It will take money from that. So we got to be careful. But, if you do a big payment, then it's only going to, really pertain to that 2 years after you do it. So it's not the year you do it. It's 2 years after your increase, we'll have to pay for Social Security, and then it goes away. Then they look at it again if we do another one. So you just can't do Roth conversion. You got to be you got to plan for this stuff. You really got to plan. And we use great software to look at that. But there's other strategies besides Roth conversion. So there are things out there that we want to look at. But mostly we want to look at your whole plan, because This should be maybe a growth mode next few years. We want to be in this. We want to be in the market. We don't want to look at bonds and stuff right now. We want to look at things to grow your money and take advantage of these opportunities. I think that the world sees. It's not just us seeing it. You can see how the world is looking at it. And I've noticed how the dollar is so strong right now. You look at the euro, that's down like $1.04. If you think about it, it was not too long ago. It was $1.19. To our dollar, it's $1.04. It's a big percent drop. The value of Europe is having some issues. Germany's having some issues, and it's really the immigration that's taking. We have a good friend from Germany, and he fills me in on it. And he says, the amount of people that are working, paying these taxes are going down, 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 down. They're just giving away money to these immigrants, and it's it's not good over there. So that's another thing. If you have a lot of international companies, stocks, I would think about, let us look at it and tell you why it'd be better to invest here than abroad. It just is. So there's a lot of things that we're going to look at, and the managers will show you who we deal with, who builds our portfolios, and who we trust with our money and our clients' money to get you to and through retirement.
Yeah, well, there is a ticking time bomb out there that we're all going to be affected by, and that is taxes. And fortunately, Alfie has put together a plan that addresses the upcoming tax changes, whether they're for the positive or the negative, whatever they're going to be. We're going to have to deal with it, because when you take money out of your portfolio, you're going to pay taxes on that money. So a plan that addresses uncertainty and instills confidence in your future. As a certified financial planner professional, Alfie's tax map will strive to help you achieve 3 key goals. Number 1, what if we can lower your tax bracket? Now, that's going to put more money back in your pocket each and every year. What if we can protect your money and shield your money when taxes rise? That's going to allow you to keep more of your hard-earned money and your portfolios that are growing each and every year. And what if we can create a tax-free income? Well, guess what? Alfie has put together a program that you can get a hold of. It's called the Tax Map. Be one of the first 9 callers right now to either reach out by phone or text the word TAX, T-A-X, to 239-747-1077. Listen, this tax map is absolutely free, and it's literally, I don't know how much money went into creating this program, but it's a lot of money to be able to look at your current situation and give you recommendations based on what you've already paid in taxes. Don't hesitate. Request Alfie's tax map right now. Pick up your smart device, call the operator and ask for it, or text the word TAX to 239-747-1077. The time to minimize future taxes and generate tax-free income is right now. This is the best time to position yourself for 2025, and Alfie has put together a program that will help you avoid the ticking time bomb of taxes. Call the operator or text the word TAX to 239-747-1077. Stay tuned. We're going to be right back right after this breaks, and don't go away. Welcome back to Saving the Investor with certified financial planner professional Alfie Townsend. Alfie is a CFP. He's also a fiduciary, which means his responsibility is to you, the individual investor, not to the products or services that he offers. And he has over 40 years experience in this industry, and he has written a book that is in high demand. And due to popular demand, Alfie is offering a complimentary copy that's awaiting you. All you have to do to claim your book is simply call the operator and ask for it. Say, I want Alfie's book that they're talking about on the radio broadcast today, or text the word book, B-O-O-K, to 239-747-1077. That'll take you to a landing page, and you can check out and get that book right now. Alfie's book is your guide to a fulfilling retirement. You don't want to miss out on the valuable insights, including many, many stories about investors that he has helped save over the year. Text the word book or call the operator to 239-747-1077.
Thanks, John. And, John, I'm going to talk a little bit about being an independent advisor. What does that mean versus if you work for a big firm? Now, I'm not cutting down the big firms at all. There's always, good about different things, if you're independent or not. But one thing, what I like about independent is that, for example, if we really like something, I can do the research and go to our people and say, listen, I'd like to have this manager for our clients, and we can get it. You can't really do that with with a large brokerage house. You just can't do that. These large banks and stuff and brokerage firms, you just can't do that. You don't have that independence. A lot of times you're limited to what you can offer. So anytime you're limited to what you can offer, you might not be offering the best thing for your clients because you have a limited list of goods and services that you can offer to those clients. So being independent, I always say, is where you want to go, where our clients, that's what they like to. They like the independence, and no one's telling us what we can offer, what we can do for our clients. And the other good thing is some of the alternatives that we have are things that a lot of firms don't really offer. Like, our structured notes, they're paying right at 8%. So if you think about it, if you're getting 8% income on an investment, and if you're needing, let's say you're needing $80,000, that's $1 million that you would have, that we can generate $80,000 a year from $1 million,
and not touch the principal.
So if you're, the rule of thumb with investing, John, is 4%. You've heard that your whole life, 4%, 4%, 4%. So if you're just taking out 4% from your portfolio, you wouldn't need $1 million. You would need $2 million just to get that 80,000 out to be in line of what the history of investing is. Okay, so if we can generate twice the income with half the amount, then the other money we can grow for you. And that's what I explain to people. You're needing 80,000. Okay, let's put $1 million here, and we'll take this other $2 or $3 million and let's invest it to grow. And that's how you make wealth. That's how you create wealth. We talked about it for many years that the stock market is the best wealth creation really in the history of America. More people have made their money on, now a lot of people made money on real estate also, but more people made money in the stock market that did it properly. There's people that just put it in there and never touched it, never took anything out, just rolled over and rolled and rolled and rolled and compounded and became multi-millionaires. You've heard of people that had jobs that weren't really high-paying jobs, school teachers that weren't high-paying, but they just invested properly and kept it in there, and they died with millions of dollars, and people didn't even know they had money in their account. So these are, this is something that we want to look at and see. Let's put you in a position that you can really benefit from what we feel is going to be a great, next few years in the market, because it's, we're going to have ups and downs. Yeah, we're going to have downs, but, when the market goes down, that's the opportunities also for rebalancing your portfolio, buying, selling what went up, buying what went down. So there's opportunities out there when the markets go up or down. We've talked about, I haven't really talked about those, those options that we do on high, portfolios that have concentrated companies with high gains on there. So if you have like an Amazon, or if you have an Apple, and you want to create, you don't want to sell that company, but you want to create income from it, we have a division of our company that will do options on your Apple, or options on your holdings that you have a lot of gains in, so you don't have to sell it, but it would create an extra 4 or 5% that you're not getting now. So think about if you could get 4% on something that you're not getting anything on, and still get the appreciation of the company. So these are things that we do here at the Advantage Retirement Group. We know how to create income. So if you're not really taking income for your portfolio, or if you're looking at additional income, between the notes and the, some people, with the fixed annuities right now, they're paying pretty good interest right now. And there's no market risk on that. So we have different tools for different people. That's why you want to come here at the Advanced Retirement Group. And I want to save a little bit of time to have Pastor John talk about Christmas. He's a unbelievable preacher, and I have no problem ever telling him to preach a little bit on our radio show. But, it's Christmas. You got it. We're going to have Christmas in 2 or 3 days. It's right around the corner. So talk a little bit about Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas and Hanukkah, for those of you that celebrate that, it's the most wonderful time of the year. And I love what the Bible says in Isaiah chapter 9, that for unto us a child is born, and unto us a son is given. And it really is the most wonderful time of the year because we're celebrating the birth of the one that came to earth in order to be like us. And that's what's amazing, is that God would lower himself or humble himself to become like humanity, to experience all the things that we experience, the pressure, the pain, the setbacks, the problems. And he knows exactly what you're feeling in this Christmas season, even if it's joy or even if it's a setback. And that's what Christmas is all about, is understanding that salvation comes through no other name but through the name of Jesus Christ, his son. And that what we celebrate is not only the birth, but knowing that he was born for one purpose, and that was to die. And really the Bible says in 1 John 3:8 that for this purpose was the Son of God manifested, that he might destroy all the works of the enemy. And the works of the enemy caused sin to come into the earth, and God had to put together a plan, just like Alfie puts together a financial plan. God had a salvation plan in order to redeem us from our sin and the sin nature. And really, there's nothing we can do to earn that, because it's a free gift. Just like we're going to be exchanging gifts at Christmas with one another, you just receive that gift. You don't say, oh, I can't take that. I didn't work for it. I didn't do anything for it. Well, the gift of God is eternal life. And he's offering to all of us this Christmas season that gift through that baby that was wrapped in swaddling clothes, that there was no room at the inn, but he was there in that manger being born. And every time that we say, you know what, I can't earn God's grace or merit his grace, but I can receive it freely, then my life is transformed by the power of his son. So we want you to know that this Christmas season, that God loves you and that he sent his son in order to redeem you. And all you have to do is acknowledge what he's already done. He's provided that salvation so that we can live forever. And after this world is gone, and it's a crazy world, we're going to see him face to face just as he is.
Amen on that. And we always, when we lose a client, John, I talk to the spouse, and the only thing, it's hard to talk to someone that just lost a spouse, but
Sure.
But I always say, we're just renting space here.
Yeah.
If you think about, we're just here for a short time, and we do what we can in this short time, but it's the eternity that we're going to have, and that's what we're gonna all meet again, and that's a great thing. Well, I wanted John to share. I know you probably love that, because I love hearing John preach on that. But it is a Christmas season. I hope it's not always a time of happiness too, because people start to remember their family members and their loved ones that aren't here. But again, we will be here soon. I hope you enjoyed today's special edition of Saving the Investor, where we talk about investing. We talk about saving lives also, and saving our clients from making just poor choices in their financial world. But I hope everybody has a fantastic Merry Christmas, and more importantly, a happy, healthy New Year. Let 2025 be your year where you prosper. Amen, and Merry Christmas.